If you want to make the most out of these last 3 months of 2024, then this is the video for you, because today we're going to be breaking down the winter arc trend that can help you get extra disciplined and spend these last few months right. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pamela and today we're going to be breaking down the winter arc trend and how to make the most out of these last 3 months of 2024. Everyone is currently talking about the winter arc trend, and so I wanted to put a little spin on it and obviously tell you guys what exactly this is, but also give you your winter glow up blueprint, because I cannot believe the fact that it's already getting towards the end of 2024. So many exciting things are in store, and now is truly the time to lock in and really make these last 3 months count. So if you haven't heard by now, basically everyone is talking about entering their winter arc era and how October is like the new January. October 1st was when everybody was starting to set their new resolutions, doing all of their goal settings, etc., instead of doing it during the January month where everybody is like new year, new me. I would have made this video on October 1st, but I am planning on honestly starting now because it's never too late and we're not even 2 weeks into October yet. But let's dive into what exactly is a winter arc and more. So what exactly is a winter arc? So a winter arc is when you use the last few months from October through December to completely transform your life, and this can be mentally, physically, emotionally, etc. Anything that you feel like you want to work on for yourself, anything that you feel like is lacking in your life that you want to completely transform, because these are the final moments of the year. We have 90 days or less to truly lock in and make this last quarter count. So this is mainly popular in the fitness / health world, because a lot of people are like, winter is the time to build your summer body, winter is the time to lock in during those colder months, go to the gym, work on yourself. But you can also do this obviously for things outside of fitness. So the last few months of the year are obviously when people get prepared for the new year. They're like, these are my goals, these are the things that I want to work on, but I'm going to start on January 1st. It's getting colder out, it's getting darker, and it's just that really gloomy, kind of depressing part of the year, and that is when everybody starts to tap out. That is when everyone starts to stay inside more. They get a little bit lazy. I have now been going on my walks in the afternoon when it's sunny out. I can actually get a little bit of sunshine. A lot of people are starting to do this in October, because when the new year begins, you already are going to have had your habits stocked up in place. You're already going to have these things that have been implemented in your life over the last few months. You're not starting from scratch. This trend is also very similar to the 12-week year. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it is also a book. But the concept is essentially to get more things done in 12 weeks than what people usually do in 12 months, which is an entire year. I've always wanted to do the 12-week year challenge as well, because it's super similar to the winter arc trend. But now I want to dive into some of the tips on how you can stay on track for your winter arc era challenge, how you can get started, maybe give you some pointers on things that you want to incorporate. Maybe you are having a little bit of trouble figuring out where to begin, and then in the end we're going to work on this little blueprint that is going to help you essentially get started. Tip 1 is think about where you have been lacking and where do you want to tap back in. So getting back on your habits, looking at where you've been slacking, what areas have not been doing the best is really important. And this can be, maybe you're not waking up as early, maybe you're sleeping a little bit late, maybe you're not as strict with your routine, and maybe you want to be more stricter with these things. You want to wake up early, you want to sleep early, follow a meal plan, work out more, etc. All of these things, think about where it is that you feel like you're lacking and where you can tap back in more. And you guys know I'm always honest, I'm always transparent on here. The last few months have definitely been a little bit difficult for me, specifically the last few weeks, just because it's been getting colder out, it's getting darker, and I like to go on my morning walks, but it's not sunny anymore, it's gloomy, and it's definitely been a lot harder for me to get up out of bed, especially here in Jersey. Like, it gets so cold in the morning, it's like 40-50 degrees, and then by the afternoon it's already like 60-70s. It's so weird. Think about where you've been lacking. I know for me, it's definitely been not being as much of a morning person as how I used to. I'm still waking up between 6:30 and 7, but it's something that I definitely want to fix and that I want to pick back up on. But the reason why you have to look at where you feel like you've been lacking is because that is how you can start and you can figure out where do you want to put more time into, what do you want to put more effort into, and what can you do to try to improve these next few months. There's so many things that we have going on that we always are like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, but we never make time for it. So now is the time to sit down with yourself and think, where do you have the most free time throughout the week? Where do you feel like you are kind of lacking a little bit? Are you on your phone a lot, but do you want to read more? Try to be on your phone less and read more, even if it's 10 minutes a day. Just really try to nitpick your day. And you can also do this by looking at your daily routine, seeing what goes on in your day-to-day life, what happens when you wake up, what happens in the hours from 12 to 3. I know there's so many hours throughout the day where I literally don't know where the time goes. Everything just goes by so quickly. So really try to analyze and break down your day-by-day routine. What do you do on the weekends, and how can you try to make little changes here and there? Tip 2 is create a new identity and a new season for yourself. So think about all of the things that you want to accomplish, the version of yourself that you want to be, and think about how you can tap into this new identity. And I have a few videos talking about overcoming limiting beliefs, entering this new season or new era of your life, how you can really take advantage of it. But now is truly the time to sit down with yourself and actually think, what do I want this new season to bring? What do I want this new season to be about? I also like this quote that I heard, I think it was over on TikTok, where someone said to look at your life as if it's a movie or a show. Every month or every few months can be a new season, new characters, new plot lines. And it sounds funny, but it's honestly so true, because if you think about your life a few years ago, you had completely different people in your life than you have now. Your life was probably completely different. Things were going on differently. And it truly is like different seasons of your life. So I recommend trying to figure out, what is this new identity that you want to be? Who do you want to shift into becoming? I know for me, I've definitely been struggling ever since I graduated college to figure out, what is my identity? Who do I want to be? Where do I want to go? I've truly just been all over the place, and I don't really share it on here as much, but to be totally transparent with you guys, because like I said, I like to be super honest, it's going to be 1 year in January since I graduated from college. Over the last few weeks, I feel like I've just been pulled in a ton of different directions. I feel like so much has been going on. I have to go this route, but my heart wants me to go here. And so I definitely want to focus even more on identity and figuring out who do I want to be, and not letting that outside noise affect me, because that is the one thing that a lot of people struggle with. Is we have this dream, we have this goal in mind, and we know what it is we want to do with our life, but we feel embarrassed, we feel shy, we feel scared because we don't have anyone else in our life who is doing the same thing, and we get scared to be that first person, because what if we fail? What if something happens? What if it doesn't work the way that we wanted it to? But that is the beauty of life that we have to start embracing. And this is also something that I feel like I need to tell myself more, which is that I'm so young. I'm only 22, and I literally have the world at my fingertips, just like you guys. It doesn't matter how old you are. We literally have so many resources available at our fingertips. We have to just figure out, what are we going to do with it? How can we take advantage of it? And so creating this new identity, having this new season, figuring out, what do you want to happen? Who do you want to become? What do you see as the outcome from this? And really working towards that. 3 is create a daily to-do list, but actually stick to it. So you guys know I am really big on my to-do list, and this is a tip that you guys have heard me say before in my other videos if you haven't. But Kevin O'Leary, who is one of the sharks on Shark Tank, said that he was working with a female founder. He invested in her company, and she mentioned that something that she does every day is she writes on a post-it 3 things she has to do, and she puts it on her mirror while she does her makeup, so that she knows, this is what I have to do literally before I do anything else throughout the day. And so he was like, okay, I have to try this, and now he does that. And then when I heard him say that, I was like, okay, wait, now I want to try this. And it is so simple, but it works. It's honestly those habits that are the easiest for us to stick to. The easier and the simpler it is, the simpler it is for us to want to do it and get it done. The point is that it sounds so easy, like literally just a pen and paper, but it actually works. And a lot of people feel like they have to overcomplicate things. They feel like they have to make this really big and bad list, and in reality, you really just have to get a paper and a pen or a journal from TJ Maxx and literally just write down, this is what I have to do today, and how are these things that I'm doing every day aligning with the bigger goal down the road. So for example, if you want to tone up your body, if you want to lose weight, then you should walk or do some form of exercise 30 minutes a day or more. If you want to become a reader. Maybe you want to read one book a month. What can you do every single day for 10 minutes a day? Put your phone down and read more. Literally, it is as simple as that, but we have to break things down in order to see the bigger picture, because it is those short-term goals, it is those short-term action plans and those little things that we do every day that lead us to the bigger picture down the road. So you actually have to stick to what it is that you want to do. You really have to get used to following this list. You guys know I'm a really big fan of the Habit app. This is not sponsored. I have never been sponsored by them, but I have to always talk about them because I love that app, and it's really helpful because I literally just get to check off my daily to-do list of the things that I want to do, whether it's exercise, reading, doing my daily to-do list, my post-it note, or posting on TikTok one day every day. It's really important for me to stay consistent and use this app. You guys also know I love using Asana. I have mentioned this in a few of my other videos, but Asana is really great because I have the desktop version as well as the app on my phone, and it really helps me just break down all of my content, write down my to-do list. Literally, I plan out my days from morning to evening, and I try to make sure that I get as much done as I can, and if not, I just roll it on to the next day. It's not a big deal. As long as I got a big chunk of the things on my to-do list done, then I'm happy with that, and at least I got something done. But it's really, really important sticking to that to-do list and making sure that you get things done. Tip 4 is find ways to hold yourself accountable and build momentum. So when you're doing this winter arc trend, when you're doing this challenge, it can be hard to hold yourself accountable, like I said, when it is gloomy out, when it's dark, when people are inside and there's not really much going on outside. But you have to find those little ways and those little things that are helping you continue that momentum and helping you stay on top of what it is that you want to do. So you can do this by setting mini deadlines, breaking your goals into smaller ones, and actually giving yourself deadlines with the things it is that you want to do. So having those mini goals with a set end date is also really important. I know for me, I like to plan out my content in advance, and I give myself deadlines for when things have to be filmed, when things have to be posted, etc. So if I want to post a video on Tuesday, I need to be filming it beforehand, getting the content done beforehand, etc., and just giving myself a few days notice so that I can actually get that done. And it's helpful to give yourself deadlines because then you're actually like, okay, I need to get this done by Tuesday. If not, then everything is going to get pushed back. And also rewarding yourself by hitting these key milestones is really great. It's going to make the process a lot more enjoyable for you, and it's going to help you maintain that momentum, because if you're just working and working and working every day and you're not treating yourself, you're literally just trying to become a machine, it's going to be hard to want to keep going. And that was the thing that I was definitely struggling with in the past when I was giving myself these really big goals and these really big things, is that I didn't celebrate my success. And I feel like it definitely has a lot to do with my background, my family, being from a Hispanic household. You're not really celebrated when it comes to certain things. It's like, this is just expected of you, so now you move on to the next thing. And that is something that I still struggle with to this day. When I have really big milestones or really big moments and achievements, I let it linger for the day. I'm like, yay, like this happened, and then I just close that chapter and then I move on the next day. When in reality, we need to celebrate things. We need to brag about ourselves. You should not be humble when it comes to yourself. You should be out there and be proud of yourself, and you should be like, yeah, I did this. And I know, especially for me, so many cool things have happened that were on my dream list, that were on my vision board, and when they happen and as they come and as they start to happen, I get excited in the moment, and then afterwards, like the next day, like I said, I close that chapter. I'm like, okay, what can I do more to now one up myself? And it's a really bad habit when you feel like you're in competition with yourself and you're just one-upping yourself and you need to continue to do better. It's obviously a good thing to outdo yourself. That's great. But at the same time, celebrate those little moments, celebrate those milestones, and then move up and then keep doing better. But it's really key to celebrate it. I know when I got monetized on YouTube, my sister was like, we need to go out to dinner. We need to go to celebrate. And so my boyfriend and I, we went to Cheesecake Factory and they brought me a little cupcake, and it was the cutest thing ever. And it was literally just to celebrate being monetized on YouTube. Like, a lot of people don't really do that. A lot of people just move on from those little things, but it was such a nice, sweet gesture. And now it's something that I'm never going to forget. I'm never going to forget that we went out and we celebrated that. It was so nice and so kind. Like, it's just like how we celebrate birthdays and all of these other different holidays and really important things in our life. You can do the same thing with your own accomplishments. You have to, and you deserve to. Tip 5 is be intentional and set the right environment. So when you are setting yourself up for success, you need to make sure that what is around you or what you're doing also reflects that, especially for this winter arc era. So something that I've actually been doing for the past few months now is setting a mantra for the month. So for the past few months, when I do my monthly resets on Canva, you guys can watch my video on where I break down the Canva deck that I use. But something that I've been adding recently is a 3 words for the month exercise. So at the beginning of the month, I've just been making this my thing, 3 words that I want to embody for the month. And so for October, I picked relax, believe, and work. And I picked these 3 things because the last few weeks have been a lot going on in my personal life. It's been making me think so much about all the things that I'm doing, the path that I'm going on, etc. And so I really picked these 3 words because I want my brain to just relax. I want to stop overthinking myself into madness. I want to believe more in myself. I want to stop making myself believe that I can't do something, that I can't do this. Like, I really want to have more belief in myself. And with work, I want to work to show up every single day. I want to work even if I don't know what the end path is going to be, even if I don't know what my path looks like, if everything is unclear. I want these 3 words, relax, believe, and work, to really be my thing for October. Moving on to, people and who you surround yourself with, because that is just as important. You want to surround yourself with people that inspire you, that motivate you. If you want to level up, you have to connect with those who are already getting towards that journey as well, or people that are way past that journey, that already are in that successful part of their era, however you define success. I know there's so many people that I look up to, that I have on my vision board. So those are the people that I look up to. I study how they got to where they are today, because everybody is obsessed with that end goal, that outcome, how they got all of those really amazing things like the big car and the big house, but no one wants to study the habits or the things that actually got them to where they are today. And I want to do a whole video on friendships and finding community and how to know when the right people should be in your life or when to cut certain people out, because we all know those people that are drama central. They have so much going on, they try to bring you down, and those are not the people that you should be surrounding yourself with. So really just focus on who is there with you, who wants to uplift you. And also with your physical and digital environment, declutter what is working, what isn't working. I talked about this in my fall reset tips video as well, but you guys need to be on top of organizing your physical space, having your set area where you're doing your work, or you can really just lock in, where you can journal, you can read, and of course, digital detoxing, removing people from your social media that you don't want to follow, removing people or accounts and pages that just don't make you feel good, and really just focusing on you, because you need to be a reflection of what it is that you want to manifest, what it is that you want. People say act like the version of yourself that you want to be. You have to do that, and it also should show in your environment. You want it to be clean, you want it to be a place where you can work and get your things done. And I really feel like your environment, having vision boards, having quotes, having things around that can really keep you motivated is so key. The last and final tip for today's video is going to be your winter glow up blueprint. So I broke this down into 4 different segments or different sections that I think can be helpful for you if you are looking to make a plan for what you want your winter arc challenge to look like. There is no set plan of how it's supposed to be. It's truly just things that you want to focus on, whether it is your physical health, your mental health, or anything else that you feel like you want to improve on. So the 4 things that I came up with that I usually focus on is physical, mental, personal, and environmental. And I'm going to show you guys on the screen how I break down my monthly goals, but I think that this is a great little blueprint to help you. And so I want to give you guys some tips for each little category. So when it comes to physical, do something that moves you, do something that is getting you out there in the world. It's fun to be a homebody. I know I love to be a homebody. I do not like to leave my house. I love being in my room and being all cozy, but sometimes we actually have to go out and get movement and do things, whether it's walking a few times a week, going to a new studio, or just having a more set and consistent gym schedule. I think is really, really important. When it comes to mental, it's just as important to get that mental fitness rather than just your physical fitness. So reading, journaling, being on social media less, drawing, coloring, picking up on fun habits, or things that are just for you. I know I told you guys before in my entering your hobby girl era video, I'm really big on reading and journaling, not being on social media at night, playing little games on my computer. Like, I really like to just decompress and get away from the world, from interacting with people and all of those kinds of things, and just doing things that are more for me in terms of how can I get my mind going. There's a lot of really fun things to do that just get those creative juices flowing, and that takes me into the personal topic, which is doing something for yourself. This can be self-care days, end of the week check-ins. I know for me, I want to get more into the habit of doing end of the week check-ins for my financials, for how I'm feeling, what happened throughout this week, what can be improved for the following week, etc. This morning I woke up extra early and I wanted to do my hair for a few videos that I had to film. I wanted to get up extra early and make breakfast with my sister, spend some time with her, like really just have those days where you just have a few hours to yourself. You do a laundry load, you read, you light a candle, maybe you go to the bookstore and just literally do something for you. And lastly is environmental. It's really important to do something about where it is that you are and who you are around. You want the people that you're around and what you're doing to be a reflection of who you are and where it is that you want to go. Do you want to be around the naysayers? Do you want to be around the people that are going to bring you back down to earth? Or do you want to be around the people that are going to be there for you, that want to uplift you and inspire you and motivate you and tell you that the sky is the limit? Have vision boards, have quotes, have people that you look up to on different areas in your room, and remind yourself that they were able to do it. They were once in your shoes and they were also able to get to where they are today. That is all for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and let me know if there's any specific things that you guys are adding into your winter arc challenge and what exactly you want to focus on, whether it is posting more consistently on YouTube or going all in on a hobby that you really love. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.